Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This is me, Sidra Khalil, your course instructor, and today we are over here with our subject modern novel. Dear students, in our this is our 6-week lecture, and in previous lecture we have done in detail about introduction of modern novel, its main features, and we have done in detail about Heart of Darkness. I hope so that you are understanding it, that how to read the text and how to analyze the things while reading the novel. So today in our lecture, I am going to start another novel that is written by E.M. Foster, and the name of the novel is A Passage to India. Again, I am repeating, the name of the novel is Passage to India, and it has been written by E.M. Foster, a novelist. So, in our today's lecture, we will discuss about what are the important characters in the novel, introduction to the E.M. Foster, when he was born. So, introduction to E.M. Foster, he was born on 1879, was a British novelist and essayist and critic celebrated for the novels that explored themes of class and social hypocrisy, such as A Room with a View, he wrote in 1908, Howard's End, he wrote in 1910, and A Passage to India, that we are going to discuss in detail, has been written by E.M. Foster in 1924. A graduate of King's College, Cambridge, he was also a member of the Bloomsbury Group, and though his homosexuality was not widely known during his lifetime, it influenced works like his posthumously published novel Morris. Early life and education of E.M. Foster is that his birth and family I am going to discuss. So he was born, the name was Edward Morgan Foster, born on January 1, 1879 in London. His father was an architect who died when Foster was an infant. He was raised by his mother and spent time in Hertfordshire, a place that inspires Howard's and another novel written by E.M. Foster. If I talk about his education, he attended King's College, Cambridge, where he studied classics, philosophy, literature, and history. If I talk about his career and major works, the novels he wrote, Foster's famous novels include Where Angels Fear to Tread in 1905, The Longest Journey 1907, A Room with a View in 1908, Howard's End in 1910, and A Passage to India in 1924. And Morris published after his death in 1971. So the common themes in E.M. Foster's works are the following. His novels often examine class differences, the constraints of social conventions, and the hypocrisy of early 20th century British society. Other works are also very much important by E.M. Foster. He also wrote short stories including The Dystopian, The Machine Stops, essays, speeches, and broadcast. So key aspects of his life and legacy are the following. He was a member of the Bloomsbury Group, as I told you earlier. Foster joined the Bloomsbury Group, which included Virginia Woolf, another very important writer. Her novel also we will discuss in our next lectures, fostering intellectual collections in London's literary circles. If I talk about the features of his works, humanism. His work is characterized by humanist views emphasizing the importance of human connection and empathy. Homosexuality, he was discreet about his homosexuality, which was not widely acknowledged until later in his life. If I talk about his public recognition, he received significant honors and awards, including an Order of the Companions of Honor in 1953 and an Order of Merit in 1969. If I talk about his death time, Foster died in 1970 at the age of 91. So this is all about the introduction of E.M. Foster. I told you about his career, his birth, his education, his famous works are there. Now I am going to discuss about the introduction of his one of the famous novel written by E.M. Foster, that is A Passage to India. So I told you earlier, A Passage to India is a novel written by E.M. Foster in 1921. The novel was set in British India, which explores themes of colonialism, cultural misunderstandings, and race through the story of an Indian Muslim doctor, Dr. Aziz, and his interactions with two English women. The one is Adela Coishit and number two is Mrs. Moore. So these are the very important characters of the novel. A trial scene was there, which is the accusation of the sexual assault against Aziz, that is Dr. Aziz by Adila, exposes the deep racial prejudices and cultural divides between the British and the Indian communities, ultimately leading Aziz to believe that true friendship between the two cultures is impossible while England still colonizes India. The novel, considered a modernist classic, is a critique of the imperial experience and its lasting impact on human relationships. So this is the introduction of the passage to India. Now I am going to discuss you about the character list. First of all, we will discuss the main characters of the novel. Then we will discuss its plot, the summary, the other things also. So the one of the main character that is very much important regarding the novel A Passage to India is Dr. Aziz. If I talk to about his name, symbolical interpretation of his name is that his name starts from the letter A and ends at letter Z. It means that he is having all the qualities from letter A to letter Z. So who is actually Dr. Aziz is? Dr. Aziz is actually a Muslim doctor living in the Chandrapur. At the beginning of the novel, Chandrapur is the name of the place in the India, in the subcontinent India. He is a basically widower and have 3 children who meets Mrs. Mood, an elderly English widow who has 3 children herself and becomes friends with her. Although he is generous and loving towards his English friend, including Mrs. Moore and Cyril Fielding. After Adela Khoshud accuses him of assault, he becomes bitter, vindictive, and notoriously anti-British. A primary concern of A Passage to India is the shift in Dr. Aziz's views of the British from accommodating and even a bit submissive to an aggressively anti-colonial stance. Another character who is a British character over here and a good friend of Dr. Aziz is a Cyril Fielding, the schoolmaster of Government College. Fielding stands alone among the British officials in India, for he is one of the few to treat the Indians with a sense of decency and respect. Fielding is an individualist who has no great allegiance to any particular group but rather to his core set of liberal values and sense of justice. This quality allows Fielding to break with the English who support Adela Khoshud charges against Aziz and side with the Indians in support of him. However, the events surrounding Aziz's trial cause Fielding to become disenchanted with India, despite his affection for the nation, and motivate him to leave India and return to resume a different post. Adela Khoshud, another character that actually she is a character and the title is we can say we can relate title with this character. She came from British and she said that I want to see the real India. This is actually her exposure to India, that this is the whole novel is about her passage to India, that how, why she came here, what she witnessed over here, what she faced over here, what were the things that she has in her mind about India. So Adela Khoshud is very much important character. Adela Khoshud arrives in India with the intention of marrying Ronnie Hislop, another character, but changes her mind several times and eventually realizes that she does not love him and she cannot marry him. She is a woman of conflicting character traits. Although an intellectual, she is short-sighted. Although she foolishly accuses Dr. Aziz of assaulting her in the Marabad case, another very important scene of the novel, she finds the courage to withdraw the charge. She also suffers from hallucinations, that are psychological disorder, that are symptomatic of her somewhat unstable personality. However, Foster finally reveals her to be a woman of character and decency who accepts the difficulties she suffers. Mrs. Moore, an elderly woman with 3 children, Mrs. Moore visits India with Adela Khoshud to see her son Ronnie Hislop. Mrs. Moore is a paragon of Christian decency and kindness, but she suffers from anxiety concerning her own mortality. During the expedition to the Marabar caves, her confidence in the order of the universe is shaken by an echo that she hears in one of the caves. Afterwards, Mrs. Moore became sullen and depressed. When Ronnie suspects that she will aid Aziz in his defense, he arranges for Mrs. Moore to leave India. On the journey going back to home, she dies from the heart exhaustion. Professor Narayan Godbole, another Indian character, a Dekhani Brahmin who is a professor at the college in the Chandrapur. Godbole represents Hindu philosophies in A Passage to India. He is a man of calm character and utter repose, showing no worry for the events around him, no matter how significant. He leaves Chandrapur to start a high school in central India after the trial of Aziz, who later joins him there. Ronnie Hillsop, the another character is there, the son of Mrs. Moore from her first marriage. Ronnie typifies a sun-dried bureaucrat and Anglo-Indian. He is condescending and cruel towards the Indians, believing that he is not in India to be kind, but rather to rule over the nation. He becomes a martyr during the trial because of the ill treatment of Adela, but shows himself to be manipulative and careless when he pushes to have his mother leave India, when he fears she may hurt the prosecution case. Another character is Mahmood Ali. This friend of Aziz, as it is clear, he is a Muslim person and he is a friend of Aziz, serves as one of the lawyers for his defense and takes a defiant anti-British stance. His behavior during the trial is dangerously aggressive, however, and he threatens to provoke a riot after Aziz's acquittal. Later, he refuses to clear up the misunderstanding concerning Fielding's marriage to Stella Moore, and other daughter of Mrs. Moore. So, this is all about our today's lecture. Dear students, in today's lecture, we have done the introduction of the E.M. Forster and we have done the just introduction of the novel A Passage to India written by E.M. Forster and some of the main characters. So I hope so that you understand all the points very well. So if you have any kind of a question, you can ask questions from me. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.